Hello, hello. Happy 11/11. We are in such a magical period. I just hopped off a quick live infusion training that came along with the shadow portal today. I think it's so important to really understand about how to take what we're doing and simplify it and really get involved in what makes us special and our own magic and how we express and show that. So that's what today's shadow portal training was all about, and just really taking the pressure off of spirituality in the most simplistic way and understanding that, like, hey, our co-creation is our magic, and ritual is just sitting around and examining our lives and turning inward. So I had a really great time doing that. It was short live today in there, just because, like I said, you really have to follow how you're feeling. And I mean, that goes for me as well. I have a responsibility to you guys, but I also have a responsibility for myself. And me keeping that boundary and holding my responsibility to myself is what allows me to provide you the highest quality necessary. So this 11/11 portal, we're looking at this double number. We all know we wish on 11/11. It's a master number. It's a number that is already about magic. And then you bring Friday the 13th into there 2 days following this 11/11 portal we're experiencing today. And then you bring this new moon into that mix 2 days after Friday the 13th. So we are looking at about 6 days of total fucking magical bliss. And that is why it is going to be so important for you to begin understanding what areas you need to look into yourselves to fill your own voids, and begin understanding where you need to reach a little deeper and pull that magic and allow yourself to infuse what you're doing in daily life within yourself. Because we're always looking to have something from the outside sources add to how we're feeling, to fill our voids, to allow us to feel beautiful, to allow us to feel loved, to allow us to feel successful. We look to outside source for that. And the thing about that is so incredibly crazy is we can actually co-create all of those emotions within ourselves once we understand where our voids are. And those voids are all going to lie in your shadow cornerstones. They are part of your subconscious weave. And once you are able to be like, oh, I understand where this is coming from, and you're able to switch that mentality and really pull from contemplation in those areas, you allow yourself to take a leap within and find that satisfaction, find what you're looking for from outside sources within yourself. And today is going to be a great day to really start asking the universe those questions. Like, what am I desiring? And where am I trying to seek it from? And I always tell people, and I actually just talked about this in the shadow portal too, but try not to manifest material things, because if you are reaching for something material that you've never had before, you're not going to understand the frequency of having that, so you can't bring your emotional standing into alignment with that. But if you set an intention to manifest a feeling or an essence or an energy, you're going to be able to draw from memory, draw from pattern, draw from experience, moments, and you're going to be able to infuse that feeling into yourself and reconnect to it, bringing yourself into that aligned state of attracting things that go along with that essence, okay? So the essence I've been working with since, I don't know, April or May has been independence. And what I do is I create that in my day-to-day life as often as I can, as much as possible. With every choice that I make, I put myself in that conductor spot, and I'm like, all right, what does Jess need to do right now to feel like Jess, to understand Jess, to put Jess first, to feel like an independent, self-loving, beautiful goddess, a woman, all of these different things. What does she need to do? And that's how I go about my day. And it looks a little different every day. Some days, like today, it's getting up at 6 and doing yoga while it's still dark, getting my laundry in by 7 at the laundromat, getting a coffee while I'm doing that, so on, so forth, you know. But some days it's sleeping till 11 and getting my coffee around noon, skipping my yoga, doing some grocery shopping, or just coming home and like binging out on takeout. You know, it all depends. And there's so much stress that I feel like spiritual teachers and coaches and everything put on people, like, write this, do this, Don't forget to say your 3 gratitudes. If you're not doing that, you're not committed. So on, like, you know, all of those things. But it's not about that. It's about taking intentional action to achieve the emotional frequency that we need to be in to call in more things of that emotional frequency. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And I have personally found that that technique can help you manifest anything you fucking want, because what you're doing subconsciously without even realizing it is you're filling your emotional voids, because the only reason we're manifesting something or trying to bring something in is because we don't feel like we have enough of it already right now. Okay? So if you're calling in an essence or you're calling in an energy, you are not even knowingly, really, until I've just told you, filling an emotional void that goes along with the shadow cornerstone, because you're lacking in that area, and that's why you want to bring more of that in. Okay? So you have this really amazing opportunity. And when you're looking at days like today with this magic, when you're looking into Friday the 13th, which is such a beautiful day if you are a woman, literally the only reason it has this horror effect to it and everything like that now. I mean, besides we do have like, is it like Templar slaughter or something like that that happens, but is because it was a day of magic. A woman has 13 cycles. There are 13 moons, like all of these different things. Friday the 13th, and I have a video about this where I'm actually like prepared to be talking about it and everything like that, which is on my YouTube channel, and I think I posted it in here last night. If not, it's on the business page. But anyways, so there's a lot of good information in there, and I think I actually have a live video in this group as well. So if you type in Friday the 13th, I'm into this group, I'm sure you'll find like all of those different things. But it's a really beautiful day to be a woman and to embrace this goddess energy. And then we're moving into this new moon, which I talked about and everything that goes along with that in another video. And you just really have this opportunity to tune in and understand what you need to bring to the surface and to embrace your divine feminine nature, because your subconscious mind is your divine feminine nature. It is your ability to be vulnerable. It is your ability to surrender to the universe. And if you are in a spot of not being able to surrender or be vulnerable, or, you know, you have all this masculine energy that's unbalanced within yourselves, keeping your guard up, making you over logical, over connected with the earth, not enough spiritual, all of this, that is all going to be out of balance. And that is your ego, your conscious side, working overboard, and not your subconscious feminine side, because the feminine side is the subconscious, the shadow is the subconscious. Okay? And these 5 days, 6 days are a really great time for you to commit to your goddess energy and to start focusing on these different things that are going to fill your own voids that you have emotionally. And one of the biggest things you're going to have to look into is learning to understand your love language. And a lot of your love language is really flows into everything that you do in every aspect of your life. The way you communicate, the way you handle arguments, the way you engage with new people, the way you engage in intimate relationships, the way you engage in passion, the way, all of that is your love language. And it's easily learned to be spoken through your celestial snapshot and through understanding your shadow. And a lot of that is what we're going to, actually, that is what we're going to be our starting foundation point of the Dark and Bite when we move into that in December, when that launches, is learning to understand that love language, so we can take that and we can look at the parts of our shadow, like our worth, our sexuality, and everything like that, and we're able to bring that to the next level through understanding the foundation of our love language and our celestial blueprint that feeds into that, and taking that into the physical plane, and from the unseen, and making it seen, and allowing those energies to balance. Because you just have to introduce your earthly plane divine self with your subconscious feminine, and you have to bring those aspects together and have them love on each other and balance with each other, so you can be this one full force. And to leave one unattended is to disrespect one over the other. And to be able to commit to that understanding and bringing forward all of those feelings, and not just setting an intention or wanting something in a manifestation aspect, but being involved in that and pulled into that, knowing that you're actually alchemizing your existence, your physical form and your spiritual form. And it basically, when you're taking alchemy, you're transforming pain into power. And that's what shadow work is all about. And that's what we focus on in the shadow portal, is this whole resource vault and library of trainings and resources and prompts and questions that take you to this level of not seeking from outside source, but co-creating that magic within yourself, so you can cut that resistance and that attachment to the outcomes, because it's already such a part of you, because you are watching yourself create it, and you're watching yourself grow, and you're watching yourself move forward, embodying more of what you are. And the biggest part is, you can't understand your why, like that masculine energy or that overabundance or that imbalance of your energies inside yourself, without understanding the unseen that's beneath it all. Because that unseen beneath it all, that feminine essence, is unruly when the masculine is trying to guard her and restrict her. Because the masculine is all about logic. It's about the physical plane. It's about the earthly plane. It's about getting the shit done. It doesn't hold the understanding of that shadow energy and that divine feminine nature. And that's why that balance is going to be so important. And that's also why with things like the dark and bite, when we're going to talk about and really focus in on that side of the shadow and that worthiness and that divine sexuality and that being able to alchemize and actually co-create through things like orgasm, because it's the same thing. It's taking that energy and feeling it within yourself, that visualization, and then pushing it, releasing it out into the universe through the ultimate vulnerability and surrender. So you can really see how the shadow is the complete starting point of getting all of these other layers of ourselves connected and accepting those. Another really big thing that happens when we take on this shadow energy and we take on this divine feminine nature, that helps us actually be able to manifest on more so and pull from the universe on days like today, on days like Friday the 13th, and on days like the new moon we have coming up, is, as a woman, you are a portal, okay, between the spiritual realm and between the earthly plane. And realizing that and finding that confidence within yourself, you have to be able to be there for the pain and the shame that society has put on you and the patriarchy has put on you. And you have to be able to kind of look at it and like wink and walk away. And that takes a lot. And it all starts from those cornerstones of self-worth. Because a lot of the times, all of those, I'm going to do this in air quotes because nothing is ever a fucking mistake. Those sexual mistakes and that sexual guilt is only there because you were trying to pull from outside source to feel something within yourself. You know what like I was talking about previously. So if you're filling those emotional voids intentionally and purposefully through what you're trying to manifest and bring about, through your understanding of self, through your shadow energies, through your divine feminine energies, and that balance with the masculine, you lose that shame and guilt because you understand it was only there because you were trying to fill from outside source. So you don't feel bad about it anymore. You know, it goes away because you understand where you're coming from, and you're like, all right, I got you, girl. Like, I respect what you were doing. Like, you needed to do that at that point in your time to feel good about yourself and to survive. Like, cool, that's on you. Now I understand you. Now I got that. Like, more power to you. But this is how I grow from that, and this is how I switch things around, and this is how I really start to embody and take charge of that in my own right. Because now when you go out and you are like divinely empowered and you feel that sexual alchemy and you believe in your sexual nature and your sexual abilities, you don't feel that for anybody else. You feel that for you. And it has nothing to do with needing that from a man or that approval from a man. It's drawing more of what you're feeling from the universe to create this intensity and this passion within yourself. And it's fucking intense, and it's fucking liberating, and it's everything you need it to be to truly create that magic through that portal that is yourself and that is your body. And that got way deeper than where I was trying to go with this 1111 portal stuff, but these were the two cards that I was shuffling when I started this video. But actually, I'm happy all that like came to play, because there's so much that's there. And as we are in this darkened part of the year, as we have retrogrades ending, as we have this shadow side and this introspection really coming in, all of these things, like starting your shadow work and looking into certain areas of what calls to you and what needs to be filled in those voids that need to be taken responsibility for, basically. Like, it is your goddamn responsibility to make yourself complete and to fill your own voids and to feel your own love. Like, no one can do that for you. And if you're holding on to the fact that someone's going to come along and save you, they're fucking not. Everyone is going to come along and teach you a little something about yourself, but they're not going to save you. You need to do that on your own time, and you need to commit to that, because otherwise you're just living the motions. You're not fully taking on your divine birthright and your divine magic that is inherently yours and that every one of us possesses. The only difference is some people choose that that is more important, and some people choose that comfort is more important. And I mean, to each their own. But I fucking knew I wasn't going to choose comfort over my fucking life anymore. And the day I made that decision and pushed everything else aside was the best day of my fucking life. And I would never trade it ever again, even through all the shit I'm going through right now, all the shit that I've been through in the last couple of years. I feel more fucking powerful and in charge of my destiny than I ever did before when I was comfortable. And it was worth every sacrifice I've ever made, and I would do it again. But alright, here's the card pull, the collective card pull for this group right now, and for this video and everything we've been talking about, and for the 1111 portal. So, first card was good fortune. Now we have good fortune flipped upside down, meaning there is something that we need to do to turn it the right way around. Right here you have the abracadabra triangle, which would be the other way, but you know, we are upside down because we need to flip. We also have this chalice here because we need to fill from our own cup. We are our co-creators. We create our fucking universe. Okay? We have the spirals here reflecting how everything is a constant cycle and how we need to continue moving forward, continue embracing, and continue completing and learning the lessons we have to learn. Now, how are we going to flip this good fortune card up and allow all of this abundance to truly flow to us effortlessly? Fucking love, baby. And that's so funny because, like, I didn't even see these cards till right now. This is exactly everything I was talking about in this video when you're bringing about intention and manifestations. You need to fill your own voids. You need to learn how to fiercely love yourself. Or not learn, because you know. You have to surrender to fiercely loving yourself and allow your guard to come down, because you're your number one. You feeling all the love and magic that is inherently yours ripples into everyone around you and into every hemisphere, every atmosphere, every collective, every person you interact with, okay? And with this love card, it's not just about loving yourself. It's about showing love in interactions. It's about showing loving energy. It's about infusing love into everything you're doing. It's about not expecting anything from anybody except the love you feel from yourself. It's about how you grow and how you grow your partnership with everything you come into contact with. And you have the red here for the root chakra. We have the green symbolizing the heart. We have the blue with our truth. And that really all comes together because what we're rooted in on this ground level, on this earthly plane, really grows into our heart and allows us to speak on our experiences here. But that's why we also have to allow ourselves to continue to grow and continue to reach these higher levels of being. And when we do that and we fiercely commit to all that we know we can be and move out of comfort and fill our own voids and stop seeking from outside sources and just do the fucking work to make it happen, so we know that we can rely on ourselves and that it all lies within ourselves. The best investment you're ever going to make is an investment in yourself, because you're always with you. And that's something it took me a very, very long time to learn. But this card, love, showing this love, is going to bring your good fortune, because as soon as you fill your voids, you're going to reach the energetic alignment that you need to call in anything you desire. You're going to have those instant manifestations. You're going to be able to start things, understand your intuition's telling you, yes, this is it, and just roll fucking with it, okay? And have those moments of just like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm going this way. I'm not going that way. I know, because I know myself. And because I love myself and I have that feeling of love within myself, I know everything I'm doing is coming back to me in that frequency. I know that I'm attracting everything that comes with love. And good fortune comes with love. Good fortune comes with loving yourself because you can grow your passion. You feel your confidence. You go out there and you attract that kind of love into every interaction, every relationship you have. You respect your boundaries. You show love to your shadow. You show love to your sexual frequency and your sexual goddess. You show love to the voice inside yourself. You show love to the person that you are in front of other people, and you're not diminished by her and or him. And the only reason I say her, though, because the her is your subconscious. I know I keep repeating that, but I just want to ingrain that into your mind. And that good fortune comes with that masculine balance, comes from him within our earthly plane. So you put out that unseen frequency and you get back what's seen. And that's how it works. And it's that cycle. And abracadabra actually means I speak what I create. I like speak into existence. I create what I speak is what abracadabra means, actually. Which is why, you know, it's not just a word. But no words are just words. They're all spells. Spelling. Get it? But yeah. And the thing is, it's all that simple. And everybody puts a lot of pressure on it. Every coach, every guide you see is going to tell you, do this, do that, blah, 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 blah. With the shadow portal, it's kind of, for me, like, I'm not that type of coach or guide. I would do a shadow embodiment reading for you when you begin, get your shadow embodiment candle, but then from there, you just have all the resources at your fingertips. It's what you feel drawn to. There's no starting point. There's no ending point. It's like, oh, let me look through all of these resources. What is catching my eye? What is pulling me in? Where do I feel drawn to? Because healing, like I said, is something that's different for everybody. And I mean, the only thing that I ever have or I request of you is that you check in with your shadow once a month, even if you're not actively doing resources, because it is a lifelong mastermind program and there's new content, you know, being added all the time. Just checking in once a month. And even that, I'm not telling you to do it. It's if you feel called to, because anytime someone tells you to do something, it takes away your intuition to do it on your own. And it makes you feel like, oh, I'm doing it because someone else is telling me. Which is why I'm not that kind of coach and I'm not that kind of guide. And I don't even consider myself a coach because who the fuck am I to coach anybody on anything? You know? Like, seriously, though. I mean, maybe, like, how to roll a nice blunt or something like that, or pack a proper bong, but, like, besides that, come on now. But I do have a lot of experience with things, and that's why I do prefer to say guide, because, like, I can give you the influence and inspiration you need, or the experience, or the prompts based on experience that I've been through, and that can help you get to where you're going, but I can never tell you what to do, because I'm not fucking you. I don't fucking know. That's just the honest truth, and that's why I run the shadow portal the way I do, and that's why I love it so fucking much, because it's everybody doing things their way, and it takes the pressure off, because then you come together, you know, in the group chat, or with me, or, like, just posting in the group, or whatever it is, and you're able to, like, put things out there, or, say what you have to say, or ask a question, but, like, no one's gonna tell you how to do things. Everything is just suggestion, and what works for them. And that's how you really break down your barriers, because you learn how to accept those aspects within yourself, because you come to those conclusions on your own time. And I never push anybody to conclusions either. And it's so funny because I have people who are just coming to conclusions that I've been, like, you know, just kind of nudging at for the last, like, however many months. And they're like, oh, I'm here. I'm like, oh, fucking finally, that's where you are. Finally, you got there. Like, I fucking love you for that. Like, you had to get there on your own, though, you know? And that's the beauty of it all. And that's the beauty of shadow work, because it's all within yourself and it's all where you are. And that's also kind of why with the darkened bite, I was super excited, because it's this whole other aspect of shadow work that sometimes people don't connect. And sometimes people, like, that's their starting point. And sexuality and everything like that is something that's always been really close to me, something that I've always kind of had in my shadow sphere until I learned to really accept that part of myself and that magic within myself. And, you know, getting to those points and having that be its own thing is also that's something that's really beautiful, because then whoever wants to focus on that really can, and will have that specialized shadow work module, because the darkened bite is shadow work. It's just sexually based shadow work. It's alchemizing sexual guilt, doubt, all of those things, and bringing them forward into orgasmic manifestation. And that's, so it's kind of like a specialized area. Well, and that's why it also fits perfect to be put into the shadow portal as well for everybody that's in that mastermind and that coven. But yeah, anyways, so love into good fortune. That's how we're going to flip this around. This portal, and like I said, the transition of the days is going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm so fucking excited about it. And like I've said, I've just been like napping and everything. I've got a whole bunch of new stuff to do for candles that I'm going to be doing this week, and really planning that menu out. So that'll be really fun. But yeah. All right. So stay hydrated today. Really just be, feel, infuse, allow to come about. Go back, see the beginning of the video. The Dark and Bite is still on pre-sale. It's $500 off. The Dark and Bite is not going to release until probably mid-December-ish, in December. So it'll be before Christmas, though. So in December, that price is going to go up. So right now, definitely snag that for the $500 off. However, if you are a member of the Shadow Portal, this is free to use. So you get all of this content included in your Shadow Portal membership. So if that is something that is more of a whole resource that you really wanted to take on, that option is there for you as well, because once your membership is begins payment, then you will automatically be enrolled in the Dark and Bite as well. So it's kind of like a 2 for the price of 1. In saying that, though, too, it's not just like these big modules that get out of the Shadow Portal that make it what it is and make it as powerful it is. It's the 24/7 group chat, which really is 24/7 because there's members from all over the world, so our time zones are different. It's the random weekly trainings. It's the random post. It's the... Yeah, see, it's like I was talking right to you, babe. Oh, speaking of that, I'm really thirsty, too. My nose is so itchy. I don't know, like, what's going on. Oh, that water was so good. I don't remember what I was saying now, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Oh, so yeah, it's not just like the big modules and units and resources that get added to the Shadow Portal that makes it the best. It is like the group chat with people all around the world. It is the fun posts. It is the sharing of news. It is the random live trainings once a week. And I just say random because it's kind of just like how I am. I'm just like this laid back. When inspiration comes to me, I get on. It's the discounted sessions. It's the, it's just, it's the gift that keeps on fucking giving, like I said about investing in yourself. Lifelong means it's always available to you, and there's always an opportunity to keep working on those cycles that you're having and looking back and seeing what's drawn to you and being in a safe environment. It's exactly what is needed for right now. But anyways, 11/11, feel that energy, infuse it. Don't overdo it. Don't second guess yourself. Oh, hell yeah, babe. I'm so excited for that. That's going to be fucking awesome. I'm spaghettified. I fucking love that. That is, hell fucking yeah. It's going to be great. And just don't say broke. I will put out an intention for you. Actually, that's my intention for 11/11, that everyone that feels called to join the Shadow Portal is going to have the funds to be able to start paying their membership. So that is my personal intention for 11/11, is actually what I wrote in my journal this morning. And it's just something that I'm so excited about. Could you fucking imagine if everybody who was so committed to doing their shadow work all of a sudden could get together and do it? Just like boom, just like that, at the magnitude that this Shadow Portal like provides you of results. So the world would just like radiate this giant shift. So that's why I was like, hell yeah, that's going to be my intention today. I like woke up thinking it. It was like the first thought of my day. So I was like, this is incredibly important. But I'm just like playing with this phone charger. All right. So you guys have a fucking great magical day. Pay attention. Definitely search those Friday the 13th videos in here. If not, there's a YouTube link. And then as well with the new moon, watch the video on that. Get a little bit of get a little acquainted with what that's all about. And really just fucking enjoy yourself, because that's where we're at today. All right. Much love, guys. Have a good night.